Why, hello. Let's take a look at market recap for the last 2 days. So we're going to go start new and we're going to go to Monday right here. Okay. So let's delete all this stuff here because I'll end up showing you guys what I ended up doing for today. Today we did end up getting a win on M&Q, which is pretty nice. It wasn't that big of a win, but it was a win for me. So now, the beginning of Monday this week, I actually had a setup, but I was sleeping. I actually just slept in on Monday. And, it's weird because lately in the mornings, my setup hasn't been happening. So I was just like, whatever, I'm going to sleep in. But then again, too, I sleep in a lot. So let me show you guys the beginning of the week on Monday. Let's go. There we go. Let's go up a little bit more right there. And then one more. There we go. So as we can see right here, let me show you the 1 hour here quick. On the 1 hour, we're breaking structure towards the bottom side, as you can see. Oh, and then let me pull this up here. Actually, I'm gonna pull it up on my phone instead. Holy shit, I just had a killer fucking workout. And I am just fucking tired. My back is killing me. Let's see here quick. Okay, let's take a peek here quick. Gotta move this back over here. So, let's see here quick. So, on the 1 hour, obviously we're bearish, but this is really the only fair value gap that we have, and then we have buy side and sell side. And on the beginning of Monday, since we had this break of structure, we start new structure pushing up. So let me zoom in here so you guys can see this a little bit better. So we have a push down and we're moving up, we're moving up. We haven't really made a low. And this is why I was looking at all this and I was like, you've got to be fucking joking me. Like, how is there no low being formed? And MES, I did not feel comfortable trading MES. Even this right here doesn't qualify as a low for me, but this area right here on M&Q did. So what do we have here? We have a 50%. We have an FEG right here. So we're going to tag this FEG. And we're going to go 15 minute right there. We are in the 50% of the discounted area. That's where we're at, right? So now let's zoom in, right? Because obviously we're already at the structure, right? And now another thing that ends up happening is, look, now we're getting SMT. So now we're getting SMT and I'm like, okay, awesome. And at the beginning of Monday, I didn't really notice it until it was too late. So I was like, whatever, So let's take a look here quick. So now what needs to end up happening is a gap needs to form. I can't really take this trade until a gap forms. So as price keeps going down, goes down, and there we go. And let's see here. Dude, I swear there was a gap here yesterday because we had SMT here, market structure. Well, here, let's keep moving forward a little bit more. I swear the strategy popped up here and I'm waiting for it. Okay, there we go. So right here, there it is. This is where it popped up right here. So we had SMT right here again, right there. This is our SMT on sell side. And let's click one more. And our gap has formed right here. If you can't see this, I'll zoom in here just a little bit more. Our gap formed right here on MES. And as you can see, we've got our SMT. I mean, it's clear SMT there. I mean, we've got, what is this? 941. 941. Yeah. So this turns into our order block. right here. So obviously, if we're looking at price right now, we're uptrending. We're coming into a discounted FVG. On the 1 hour, it's downtrending, but it really filled in all the gaps already, and there's really nothing to go off of the 1 hour to go for a bearish scenario. But on the 15-minute, if we're looking at internal structure, we're seeing that prices going up, right? I mean, that's what we're going to do. We're just going to go with the internal structure inside of the 1 hour. So we get our SMT, we get our market structure shift, we get our fair value gap. Those are our 3 signs for an entry. And now what you want to do is you want to go for a limit. You want to go for a buy right down here at the 50%. And we click buy. And we're in, right? So now price is coming down, and we're in. Our stop goes right beneath this low right over here, and we're going to target, I don't know, like $1,600 or something like that. So we're already in. The structure is already happening, but at the same time, what time is this? This is 8:57 in the morning. I was still in bed at about 8:20, and I woke up at 8:33, took a shower and everything. I left my home at about 8:45, and I just did not look at the market. I think I got to work at like 9:10 or something, which was about right here. And by that time, price already kind of just left us. So let's take a peek. And then boom, our TP would have been hit right there. So our structure showed up on Monday, which was super, super nice. And we hit TP. Now, I was looking at the market the rest of the day just to see if I can see something, man. Like I was just like, okay, come on, like another setup has to happen, right? I'm looking at the 1 hour, I'm looking at the 15-minute, I'm literally looking at like I'm looking at everything. And I don't know, I just didn't see a setup the rest of the day. I mean, we come back to this fair value gap right here and touch this order block again. But it doesn't respect it, and it just goes below it. And yeah, so we didn't really get a setup for the rest of the day. So now let's take a look over here. So if I just would have gotten up early, if I would have been paying attention to the market, if I just would have been paying attention, we would have had a nice little win for the day, which would have been pretty nice. So, sorry, my body's a little sore. Okay, now let's fast forward to Tuesday. So we're on Tuesday now. We're looking at the 1 hour, right? We're looking at the 1 hour. There's structure, or there's liquidity right up here. So I've got this marked out as liquidity. And what else do I have? I'm on the 15-minute. There's a sweep right below here, right? But there's no break below it. So I'm literally just waiting for price. And I think I was looking at MES, and I just wasn't seeing anything on MES just yet. And we did have a break of structure towards the bottom side, and I was looking at MES over here. Let's take a peek. I was looking at this 15-minute FVG right here. And this setup happened at about 6:45 in the morning, where we had SMT up here on this top side, inside of this 15-minute fair value gap, and we had a push down, a tag in, and then another move down, which would have been a nice setup at 6:45 in the fucking morning. I mean, I'm not going to get up that early, shit. Obviously that setup missed, and I'm not going to take the FEG up there that created SMT, especially before market open, because obviously with volatility, you just don't know where the market is going to go, and you're not going to be right 100% of the time. But if you set up a plan and you build a structure and you follow your rules, you can create a very high win ratio for yourself. So let's take a peek here. It's about 8:15, 8:30, market opened up. And if we're looking at MNQ, what I'm looking for is, because this is internal on the 15, I'm waiting for price to break above this and take liquidity right up here. That's literally what I'm waiting for. Next 15 minutes happened. Boom. Price just decides to just break all the way above it. So we have a change in the state of delivery right over here on the 15-minute. And on the 1 hour, we have our first 1 hour internal structure that was just formed, which was awesome, right? So now I'm looking, right? I'm looking, and I am looking. So now my bias went from bearish to bullish because of this internal structure towards the upside and this internal on the 1 hour towards the upside. So now my bias is very bullish. Okay, so now let's go forward. Let's go forward. I had a haircut up right now. It's 9:15. Yep, it's 9:15. I had a haircut appointment at like 10 o'clock this morning. So I was like just waiting for a setup, this, and that. And I was looking at MES and I was looking at MNQ. And let me get rid of this, because even right over here as well too, break a structure towards the bottom. I was even looking at this fair value gap right here too. Let me zoom in a bit so you can see. I was looking at this fair value gap right here, from here to here. I was waiting for any kind of bearish SMT, because I don't take inversions on discounted 15-minute FVGs. I just don't take it. I only take them on the 1 hour. So we had to break a structure towards the top. And I am waiting. So now price is coming down. It's about 9:30. Price is coming down. I pull out my fib right here. I'm pulling out my fib, and I'm waiting for price to come out into this 50-minute FVG. But at the same time too, there's also an 1 hour FVG right here that is in the discounted area. So price is moving up. And right now, I'm looking for buys on MNQ only. So let us take a peek. So 1 hour FEG right here, which is close to discount. And now I'm pretty much just waiting at this point, because price really isn't doing what I wanted it to do, and I'm just waiting at this point. So price is coming down. Price is going to come down again. What time is this? This is about 9. Yeah. I took my trade at like 10:10 or 10:11 today. So let's keep moving forward. So as you can see, we're inside of this 1 hour FVG. Okay. And right now we have this high and this low. And what I want to see in this area is I want to see an inversion is what I want to see. So I'm waiting. Price goes up. Oh, and I also want to see another fair value gap with that inversion. Price goes up, and then look at the gaps that it's forming. And then we have our market structure shift. So now I am ready for a buy. So let's take a peek here. We have our market structure shift right here, and we have our inversion right down here. And if you guys want to look at the trade that I took today, you can go to my Twitter page, which is, what is my Twitter page? Oh, ouchie. Oh, what's my Twitter? Close. It is at Augustin XRP, because I used to be a big XRP fanatic back in like 2016, and I've had that I've had that account for like such a long time, and I just turned it into my ICT trading account is what I turned it into. So as we can see, we have an inversion. Now, what I ended up doing is I did not want to get left behind because I've just been left behind so many times. So what I do is I just set my entry on the top of the last two consecutive candles right here. And I set my stop loss like right down here or something like that. And now that we have our inversion, we have our gap going up. I set my 1 to 2 and I forgot about it. I just left it be because I had to go inside and take a haircut and it took about an hour, right? So, right before I went inside for my haircut, it was my haircut. I got in there at about 10:15. I'm just waiting for it to get tagged in. And at this point, like I'm freaking out because this candle comes down and I think it goes up one more time or something like that. Or maybe it's the next one or something like that. Yeah, this goes up, and I'm thinking to myself, well, holy shit, like, what if it's just going to react to this FVG right here or not tag me in, this, and that? And at this point, I wanted to take an entry right there, but I was just like, dude, just fuck it. Just leave it at the top of the order block, and we're just going to leave it there. So now, I'm still waiting. I get tagged in at about 11:16, and I'm going inside to get my haircut now at this point. So I just forget about it. And as we can see, we start to get a reaction from this area as price starts to push up. And the entire time that I'm getting a haircut, I just keep telling myself, well, if it doesn't work out, it doesn't work out. Like, fuck it. You know, like I did my strategy. I did what I had to do. If it doesn't work out, it doesn't work out. I'm not worried about it. And I'm just relaxing. I'm chilling. At about, what time was it? It was about, where was it? There we go. It was like around this time right here. Oopsies. It was this time right here where I finally got out of like my haircut appointment. Yeah, which took about an hour, believe it or not. And it was right over here. And I was just like, oh, holy smokes, dude. My trade is actually in the green right now. Like, it's actually working out. And what I end up doing is I end up shortening up my TP. I put it right below this low, and then I target this 1 to 2 area right here. So I ended up moving it down to make a profit of like 120 or something like that, because I didn't want it to just not take it. So I'm patiently waiting, going to get gas, going to get groceries, this, and that. And TP was hit. We ended up hitting TP, which was absolutely beautiful. So we did end up winning this trade today. And just for a recap for today, let's close this. Let's close this. Let's close this. Recap for today so everybody can see it. Obviously, the beginning of the market, no trade setup. We created our first internal high on the 1 hour. First thing we made is our internal high. Price comes down into our 1 hour discounted area. And even on our 15-minute internal structure, price is pushing up. So we're targeting for buys. At the beginning of all this, if price was going to push down and break below this, then we'd go for shorts. 1,000% we'd go for shorts. And at this point right here, we wouldn't, I think we would have right here. Yep, we would have had our first high and our first low, our first internal low. So, I mean, it could have played out either way, right? But our first internal right there on the 1 hour, same thing. The 15-minute is going up. We're targeting the 1 hour discounted FVG. We go into our 1 minute. We see that we got our inverse right here on the 1 hour FVG. We got our inverse right here, as you can see. And the only reason why we took this inverse is because 2 more gaps were formed pushing up. If there was no gaps right here and the wicks came and touched each other, I wouldn't take that trade. I wouldn't have taken it because that's breaking one of my rules. Because for the market structure shift to work, I need to see gaps. That's what I need to see. So, yeah, we ended up winning this trade today. I made about $110 or something like that. It wasn't a whole lot because my account's pretty small, and I've been taking L after L after L, and I've been back testing after back testing after back testing, and yeah, it gets pretty old. And as we can see, ever since we reacted to this area right here, price kept pushing up the rest of the day. I would have tried to gone for a short right up here on buy side, but as you can see on buy side, we really never had a reaction. So in all honesty, if I would have missed that setup that happened at about, let's go break a structure towards the top because that's what we're doing now. I'm actually changing the state of delivery towards the top. Actually, change in the state of delivery towards the top. All right, here. And now technically, whatever price does, we might use this 1 hour again tomorrow, depending on what happens with the market, because what we want to do is we want to use the last low that broke the high. And we're going to look at discounted FEGs. I mean, for goodness sake, we could get SMT in this 1 hour and then price moves up. I mean, we could get either or. So that was our setup for today. That's what ended up happening. Didn't get any other setups for the day. That is my strategy on ICT. I use discounted FVGs, and I also use continuous FVGs in the market as well too. And if you look at my back testing sessions, you can see that. And sometimes we don't take discounted FVGs. Sometimes we take FVGs that are up here. If we get SMT, if we're looking for a target like a previous high or something like that, right? So thanks for watching. I'll do another recap tomorrow of the market, of what it does. And tonight I will be back testing as well too. So I'll probably be on at about, I don't know, 7 p.m. Central Time, somewhere around there, and then we'll be back testing. So thanks for watching, guys. A short little recap of the last 2 days. Hopefully that helps you guys out with something. If you guys have any questions, just let me know or feel free to comment. And if you guys are struggling with your journey on becoming profitable, you can just follow me and we can work together. So